So this is Ruth, who will be talking to you about social media, I believe. Yep, that is correct. And Ruth went to Southeastern Louisiana State University, and she is an alumni of her SSA there, where she was the president. And they're actually called Solution, which is an awesome name. She's originally from New Orleans and is currently living in Denver, Colorado, and is on the board of the Physical Meat Space Secular Up group, or Secular Hub group, where they have an actual physical secular hub for people to go hang out and be secular. So welcome, Ruth. Hello.
I'm having my own technical difficulty. There we go. All right. Hi. So like she said, I'm on the board of the Secular Hub. I'm also a leader of Denver Atheist. We're an online meetup group, and I run actually about 4 of them who are secular groups in Denver. So that's, I guess, why they asked me to be here, because they're all online. So this is more than social. How your generation is using social media to change the world, and what that can actually mean for you. So when the SSA actually asked me to be a speaker, I was like, yeah, let's do it, because they helped my group out so much. I'm really excited to be here to give back. But I'm actually turning 30 this year, and from what I can tell, most of y'all are in like young 20s, maybe not even 20. So this is kind of how I initially felt with trying to teach you guys how to do, and it's not playing, I don't know why it's not playing. No! Social media, I can't make it work because it's a Mac. Whatever. Well, anyway, he's supposed to do the dance around. You guys have seen Austin Powers. I'm cool, I'm hit with it. So I'm not exactly here to show you guys how to use your social media, go through, make posts, use Twitter, things like that. I'm here to show you how to use your social media. And so we'll get into that a little bit, what that actually means. So since you already know how to use your social media, you can actually go and do that now. In case you guys haven't heard for the umpteenth time, it's SSA West for this conference here. Secular Student Alliance, secular students are at secular students. You can actually use SSA West to meet with a lot of people here. We're here for networking, might as well. You can actually, tweet me if you really want to. Just to kind of explain this, my name is Ruth. My name is Amy Ruth, actually. I've had this Twitter handle for way too long for me to change it, because I professionally use Ruth, because an atheist named Ruth. It's fun, right? It's hilarious. So I'm just going to touch really, really briefly on what others have done, or how others have used social media to change their world. So here is a girl by the name of Mcleod. And I call her Awesome Lady Pope because I just think that's funny. So what she did, she's a 13-year-old in New Jersey, and she had a little brother who liked to cook, and he kept trying to cook using a light bulb, which is basically what an easy bake oven is, right? But he didn't actually want an easy bake oven because those were for girls, because they're all pink, right? And only girls use them. So what she did, she used change.org. It's an awesome website where you can make a petition and have people sign it, and hopefully it actually changes something. And that's what she did. She got 45,000 people to sign her petition, and Hasbro actually used that information, and they've made more gender neutral packaging for their easy bake ovens. So you might actually hear about this before today. How did you hear about it? Facebook, social media, exactly. I heard about it through Facebook and Twitter. And that's how things happen. You get your word of mouth going, and that's what you need to do. So here's another quick little thing: evaluating public schools in the Philippines. So this is something that Filipino students actually started. It's a website called checkmyschool.org. So what it has done, it's allowed students to use Facebook, Twitter, SMS texting for people who in the Philippines who don't have internet. It's fairly common. So what they've actually done is they use social accountability and social media, and they brought social accountability to their school. They've brought transparency to their school. They tell the Department of Education in the Philippines what their school is like, what they want to change. I think that's amazing. They are literally changing what's going on in their classrooms as it's happening. It's fantastic. So what does that mean for you guys? How can you use social media to actually change your world? So don't just play around with your sites, use them. And so what I actually mean by using social media, it means how you use your social media content. It means making the most of your resources, and it means basically how to sell your group online. So what to announce, what's important to put up onto your group. So you have your no-brainers. You have details about tabling, lectures, parties, coffee hangouts, meetups, or meetings, things like that. Then you have your funny stuff, your satire, your jokes, something to make things interesting when people actually go to your page. They want to be excited about what's happening. They don't want to just go there, oh, okay, meeting at 7. Awesome. So you want them to actually engage and be on your Facebook page. What I did here is just a quick search for atheism on Twitter, and just people are actually, all of these people here are actually talking about what's going on in Greece, New York. You may have any idea what I'm talking about. I get a no back there. Look it up, Greece, New York, about what's been happening up there secular-wise. It's really, really interesting. So what to announce to, or what's going on, what you need to do with your social media group that I think that we need to do more of. We really need to help each other. Some of the best stuff that I see that happens on SSA is that they will post what you guys are doing at your groups wherever you are in the country. As long as you let them know about it, they will promote you guys. My school was this very small university in Louisiana, and we are about 45 minutes outside of a bigger university that you may have heard of called LSU. LSU worked with us, we worked with them, we became friends with one another. I don't know what's close to ASU, I know nothing about the geography out here, but if you guys connect with other universities, promote what they do, they promote what you do, go to their events, they'll come to your events. Become friends with one another. We're really here to network, connect with one another, help each other, and that's just something that we really need to do more of, I think. Keep up with your media. I don't know why it's... What are you doing? All right. So keeping up with your media, what does that mean? Designate a social media person. How many of you guys are actually the head of your SSA group? You're president of it. Wow. Okay, cool. Awesome. That a lot of you are here and you're not actually officers. Cool. You as a president, do you do everything? Pretty much, yeah. When I ran my group, I did everything. I was the webmaster. I made our banners because we weren't actually an affiliate of SSA, so I had to make my own stuff. Those, if you were here for Gordon, those sheet signs that he made, or that he was showing, I made all of those for our group. I was the one who went out and figured out where everything was. So if you designate a person who is your social media person, make sure they're reliable and they're actually going to do something. Make sure that they are, I don't know how to nicely put this, make sure they're smart. Make sure they know what kind of stuff to put up there. Make sure they're not that guy, you know what I'm talking about. So trying to do something yourself when you're a president is going to run you down. Screen potential people who are going to be on your Facebook page. I can't tell you how many times I had people who were like, oh, I want to be a part of your group, and you add them on Facebook, and then they start advertising shoes or sunglasses or whatever. So just make sure you screen the people who are coming on, and also just make sure they're not going to be like, y'all are all going to hell, because that's no fun. It's fun, but it's not fun. Don't overwork yourself. That kind of goes back with the make sure you have somebody who's actually going to be doing your updates for you. Keep things brief on your Facebook page or your Twitter. If you do a Tumblr, awesome. Just keep things very, very brief on there. Nobody wants to read a paragraph. Keep an eye on your page, because I'm actually going to call myself out. You might not be able to read this. I can actually barely read it on mine. But this person in the middle, this Keith person, called my Facebook group out. My Secular Student Alliance was called Solution, like she said. It stood for Southeastern Louisiana University Agnostic secular and agnostic network. I had to think about that. But Keith called us out. He said, there's nothing going on your page. All I ever see about is shoes on a secular page. And this was actually in 2013. I graduated my university in 2011. So I was actually still fielding stuff on my Facebook. I'm trying to keep it up, but I actually think my group died, unfortunately. So yeah, just keep an eye up on your accounts that you have. Stop doing that. Go away. The F word, filter. Nobody likes to filter themselves anywhere. But your social media sites are about your group. They're not about you. So if you want to put something on there, just make sure it's helpful for your group. Stay away from name calling. Just putting stuff up there. Jesus was a dork. People who believe in religion are unintelligent, or that actually sounded like a very nice way to put somebody down. But if you all you do is name calling, it's really going to be negative attention. You're actually trying to attract people to your pages. You really don't want to repel people and say, they're just bullies. Nobody likes bullies. So basically, don't be that guy. Got it? Okay. And don't feed the trolls. There's always going to be trolls. There's always going to be people who don't like anything you say. One of the off-campus groups that I run, Denver Atheist, we have 1,500 people in that one thing alone. Anything I put up on our page, some people may love it, some people may hate it. I may get, how could you possibly do this? I may get, this is awesome. I may get, you're going to hell, how horrible I am. So there's always going to be people who don't like what you have to say, but what you need to really do is just try to handle trolls in the most mature and confident way possible. If you are going to engage in an argument with someone, please have your sources. Please know what you're talking about. We all like David Silverman, right? He is incredibly intelligent. That's because he takes the time to learn the argument. But yeah, so arguments tends to be a negative word. It's not. If you do it right, it can be a great thing. But you just need to know, like I said, you need to know your background, you need to know your sources, you need to know your argument, basically, so that you can do it efficiently. So what social media should your particular group use? The best answer I have to that is the one that makes the most sense for your group. Facebook is awesome for posting events. Twitter is awesome for reminding people about events or just doing a quick, hey, I'm at SSA and this crazy thing just happened about banana slugs. Some of you laugh, some of you are staring at me. You had to be here, all right? Tumblr is really good if you take a bajillion pictures. If you want to blog for your group, cool. Just make sure you have somebody who knows what they're writing, maybe an English major, maybe, or somebody who edits what you're doing. So this is actually really cool. I'm so thrilled I found this. So there is actually people with the Huffington Post, or maybe just the Huffington Post wrote about it, that they actually study social media. How cool is that? Your job is that you actually do this. So the best times to post on Facebook or Twitter, Facebook, end of the week, because that's when people are looking for things to do. Weekends for Twitter. Best time to tweet anything for maximum impact would be noon or 6 p.m. So noon, people are at lunch. 6 p.m., people are after dinner, chilling out. Retweets happen the most at 5 p.m. I don't know what we're doing at 5 o'clock, but it happens. So that is actually a link to that study. If you do follow me on Twitter, I actually put that up there on Thursday. You can actually find that if you want. It goes into way more detail than I thought I had time for right now.
The slide will also be posted.
Yes, slide will also be posted. And also, this is just my little reminder here. Give people time to get to whatever event that you're doing. If you're having someone like Greta Christina or Hemant Mehta or Gordon, I don't know, anybody. If somebody is coming to your campus, you really want to announce that. it's awesome to have a very intimate, quiet conversation with these people, but if you want to bring them to your campus, you really want to let the people on your campus know about it beforehand. So if someone is coming Saturday afternoon, do not post it on Facebook Friday night that something is happening Saturday. I feel like I shouldn't have to tell people that, but I do. So give people like 2 weeks, and then use Twitter, use Facebook, whatever, to remind people about it as it's coming up. I cannot express that enough. So for SSA resources, we just had Dan up here talking about what sort of resources are out there. There's one thing that he didn't kind of point out, probably because hopefully a lot of you guys know about it, but if you don't, SSA provides email and website help for you guys. This is actually that link right there to their webpage to show you guys how to do that. But by the way, if you have not clicked every clickable link on their SSA website, you're doing it wrong. They have so much stuff up there for you, and I know it's a lot to read, but it's a lot to read for a reason. They have so many resources out there for you. And those people, I don't know if y'all know this part either, but a lot of them have degrees in things. And sometimes those degrees are like marketing or communications, hopefully. And so they know how to do this stuff. And so they are there for you. If you have no idea how to actually do Twitter, okay, but they can help you out with that. There, you can also just Google it. So yeah, that is what I've got for you guys. We can do some questions. I think we have a few minutes. But before that, here's my cute tax for you guys listening to me. This is my dog Tucker. So yeah, any questions? No? I'm that awesome? Cool. Awesome. Thanks.